another part, which is part 3 on reading and use of English. So in this part, we'll be looking at long comprehension text. There will be 8 multiple choice questions with 4 options each. For this part, there will be one extended text which has the length of 650 to 700 words. But worry not, because most of the question will be guided. And for your information, the guided is whereby they provide the paragraph involved or the phrase or the line they are mentioning in the question. So let's have a look at the question. Let's go. Alright, now before we start to answering all the question in this part, let's recall some tips from previous part 2. Okay, whenever you're given a text, a whole passage like this, an article, whatever it could be, you must read. Okay, you must read. No jumping to the conclusion, and do not make any wild guesses, nothing like that. Okay, first and foremost, you must read. Okay, in order to do that, let's start reading together. You're going to read an extract from a story. For question 19 to 26, choose the correct answer A, B, C or D and mark the correct letter A, B, C or D on your answer sheet. Having good result in the standardized examination, Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia (SPM) is important because it will help us secure a spot in universities or colleges to further our studies. Not only that, we can also use our SPM result to get a scholarship. How to pass SPM examination with flying colours? This article will answer this question. The best thing we can do to raise our test scores is to pay attention in class. Letting our mind wander or not showing up at all are most likely to make us miss out on key information that will later appear on test. Participating in class can help us focus. Participation keeps our mind engaged and focused on the lesson because we can't just drift off or think about something else. Taking good notes is important for us to have an easier time studying later. Be an active listener in note taking. Many people make the mistake of mindlessly taking down every word without really comprehending what is being said. Instead, make an effort to understand the topic while we are in class. Focus on what's really being said. Then ask questions if we don't understand. Writing the information down helps us in absorbing the information and paying attention, as well as giving us a reference for when we study later. Don't forget to do our homework. Homework such as assignment and at-home reading are where we will find the rest of the information that will be on test. So doing this homework is important. Schedule time and set aside a quiet place just for homework to help beat the procrastination blues. Remember to use mnemonics and other tricks in studying. Mnemonics are phrases which can help us remember the order of certain things. Various memory tricks really can be useful for remembering certain things like numbers, categories, and lists. For example, Katy Perry came over for great songs is a great way to remember the biological classifications: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Just make sure that we learn them correctly and don't mix them up. Study frequently is another key to get good results. Studying hard for only a few hours the night before the test isn't going to help ensure perfect scores. When we study, make sure we take a 5 to 10 minute break after every 30 minutes of study. This will keep our brain from getting overloaded and give it more time to absorb the information. If we really want to ace those exams, study old and new material every day or at least several times a week. This will make test taking a breeze. Do practice tests related to SPM examination. Ask the teacher or go online and print a few practice tests. Taking a practice test will help us figure out how much information we actually know versus how much information we think we know. Knowing our weak spots before an examination is crucial. Indeed, there are many ways of SPM smart studying. If we can be disciplined in our studies throughout the academic year, there is no reason why we should not succeed and pass the SPM examination with flying colors. So this extract is taken from this website wikihow.com. Get higher marks in exam. Right, now we are looking at the question. What is the title of this article? Okay, what is the title? Okay, let's look at A. Tips of passing SPM examination. Yes, actually they ask you to pay attention, they ask you to participate, take good note, okay, do homework, right? Also study frequently. All these are tips, okay, to pass SPM examination. Tips of studying for SPM examination. Yes, it is for studying, right? All these tips. Tips of note taking. There is one paragraph dedicated for note taking, which is paragraph 3, right? Paragraph 3. And also number D, tips of scoring high. Yes, tips of scoring high is also true. So which one is the best title? Okay, the best title would be tips of studying for SPM examination. Under this title, they has contained all the other 3. So that will be the best title. Next, let's look at question number 20. Okay, actually I have snipped out and simplified the paragraph for your ease. But this is not the actual case in real examination, just to ease you throughout this video. Paragraph 1, below are the benefits of having good result in the SPM examination except, okay? So everything are the benefit of having good result except what? A, to get a well-paid job. B, to apply for scholarship. C, to secure a place in college. Or D, to further one's studies in universities. Okay, let's read paragraph 1. Having good results in the standardized examination CG Pelajaran Malaysia SPM is important because it will help us secure a spot in university or colleges, right? Secure a spot in colleges. True that. Okay, C is true. To further our studies. Okay, further our studies. So D is true also. Not only that, we also can use our SPM result to get scholarship. Okay, meaning that B is true. That brings us to A. Our answer will be A. Question number 21. In paragraph 2, how can we pay attention in class? Okay, so the question asks, paragraph 2, how can we pay attention? A, by studying hard every day. B, by asking questions in class. C, by raising our hands in class. Or D, by doing past year questions. Let's look at the paragraph. The best thing we can do to raise our test score is to pay attention in class. Letting our mind wander or not showing up at all are both likely to make us miss out on key information that will later appear on test. Participating in class can help us focus. So, participating, okay, keeps your attention. Okay, participation keeps our mind engaged and focused on the lesson because we can't just drift off or think about something else. So, how can we pay attention? They didn't mention anything about studying hard every day or doing past year question here, right? This is not the paragraph. So, it either between asking question or raising our hand. Which one is more appropriate? Is it enough if we just raise our hand? It is not, right? It is not sufficient. You usually engage or show you are paying attention by asking question. Hence, the answer is B. Now, into question number 22. In paragraph 3, why is it not advisable to take down notes word by word? Okay, why it is not advisable? Okay, so the question's key point is, why is it not advisable to take down note word by word or mindless note taking? A, we don't prepare the notes. B, we don't review the notes later. Or C, we don't understand the information. Lastly, D, we don't understand our handwriting. Let's read the paragraph. Taking good notes is important for us to have an easier time studying later. Be an active listener in note-taking. Many people make the mistake of mindlessly taking down every word without really comprehending what is being said. Instead, make an effort to understand the topic while we are in class. Focus on what's really being said. Then ask questions if we don't understand. Writing the information down helps us in absorbing the information and paying attention, as well as giving us a reference for when we study later. Okay, why is it not advisable? Okay, when you do mindless taking down of word, okay, You are not comprehending what is being said. You are not comprehending. Tak faham. You are not making sense of what is being said. Okay, so the answer will be, we don't understand the information if we copy everything, if we take down everything. Next, 23. In paragraph 4, the word procrastination can be replaced with. Okay, this question is more of finding substitution of certain words that are not familiar to you. Okay, A, slow, B, delaying, C, hard work, or D, postpone. Don't forget to do our homework. Homework such as assignment and at-home reading are where we will find the rest of the information that will be on test. So doing this homework is important. Schedule time and set aside a quiet place just for homework to help beat the procrastination blue. Okay, meaning that you shouldn't forget. Okay, you have to schedule time. Okay, so the closest answer is delaying. Okay, I'll just let you know this is more of a vocabulary test. Okay, so procrastination meaning that delaying something that you have done earlier. Now, question number 24. In paragraph 5, which of the following is a mnemonic technique? A, an equation, algebra equation. B, WHO, World Health Organization. C, COVID-19, coronavirus disease of 2019. Or D, my very educated just served us noodles. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Right, let's look at the paragraph because we need to understand which one is mnemonic. Quite new, right? This phrase, mnemonic. Okay. Remember to use mnemonic and other tricks in studying. Mnemonic are phrases which can help us remember the order of certain things. Okay, mnemonic are phrases help to remember order of certain things. Various memory tricks really can be useful for remembering certain things like numbers, categories, and lists. For example, Katy Perry came over for great songs. It's a great way to remember the biological classification of kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Just make sure that we learn them correctly and don't mix them up. So if we look at the paragraph, the closest answer would be D. My very educated just served us noodle. Okay, WHO is more like an acronym, and COVID-19 is like a short form of coronavirus disease. Okay, and the first one is a mathematical equation. Let's go to question number 25 now. In paragraph 6, which is the method of studying suggested here? Okay, so we need to know which one is the method suggested. Okay, A, studying for 30 minutes. B, studying at the last minute, C, studying on a regular basis. Or D, studying on the night before the examination. Study frequently is another key to get good result. Studying hard for only a few hours the night before the test isn't going to help ensure perfect scores. When we study, make sure we take a 5 to 10 minute break after every 30 minutes of study. This will help keep our brain from getting overloaded and give it more time to absorb the information. If we really want to ace those exams, study old and new material every day or at least several times a week. This will make test taking a breeze. So they did mention about studying 30 minutes every day, right? Studying at the last minute is not recommended. No, don't do that. Okay, isn't going to help, right? Isn't going to help. Okay, studying on a regular basis, right? Every day. Okay, study on at least several times a week. Okay, studying on the night before the examination, no. So meaning that our answer here is studying on a regular basis. Now we have come to the last question of part 3. Okay, what is the writer's attitude in writing this text? Okay, what is the writer's attitude? Okay, attitude here meaning that how does this person's tone, style will convey to you, okay, when he wrote this text. I'm not going to read through again, the article is very long, and then since we have actually covered almost all the paragraph, okay, how does it make you feel when you read it? Does it sarcastic? Is it sarcastic? Okay, sarcastic as in were the tone very cynical? No. Was it confident? Not really, but it shows a lot of positivity. Am I right? Motivating? Yes. pessimistic. Will this writer try to put you down? Will this writer spread any bad vibes when you read this? No, right? Okay, so that brings us to our answer. The writer's attitude is very motivating. Okay, he or she shared a lot of information on tips on studying. Okay, so that's bring us to the end of our part 3. And again, I hope this series will be very beneficial for all of you, and these videos will be shared. So that's it. Thank you.